live in the lower floors. You can't see out of the windows because they have been completely blocked by piss, shit, and the corpses of those who jumped to their deaths. Multiple sections have been walled off due to flooding. Try to escape to the higher floors one time. All was going well until I heard literal hundreds of frog-like screams and booming footsteps. They chanted boop boop pee pee. Nope. Avi. Get the fuck back into my relatively safe room. Now planning to break into and loot one of the flooded sections. Aiming to get a decent weapon so I can survive the feral neats. I hate you all. Use the goddamn toilets, you filthy fuckers. You turned my life into a living hell. I'm the only one here who can even be called a human anymore. Update. Kick in my neighbor's door. It was flimsy and rotten because nobody maintains this place anymore. He had hung himself a long time ago. There's nothing but bones left at this point. He was a faggot anyways. Steals some packages of ramen and bottles of water. The tap water is beyond undrinkable at this point. Find a hammer that he used to assemble a cheap sex doll. Perfect. Smash the barricade to a flooded section relatively far from my place. The bodily fluids are only waist high, so it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. The floor is lava. The section is mostly deserted. Everyone has committed suicide due to having their PCs ruined by the fluids. There was a guy hanging by his balls in the hallway. He tried to claw my face off. Whack him in the foot with the hammer. He curls up into the fetal position and cries. Rest of the journey wasn't very eventful. Eventually find the mauled corpse of some guy with a katana collection. Exactly what I was looking for, but who mauled him? Here splashing in the fluids. Nope. MP3. Climb on the ceiling by planting my legs on the walls. The shit monster is a manlet, so he can't reach me. Reach the entrance to my section. Have to get down from the ceiling. Start to climb through. The shit monster grabs my fucking ankle and starts to pull me in. Stab at it with pure Nippon steel. Forged by the androids that have replaced the Japanese after they went extinct. It lets go after it takes my New Balance shoe and eats it. Is there any secret passages that will allow me to get around the feral neats? I really don't want to deal with them. The time has finally come. Kiss my computer goodbye. It's time I left this place. There's nothing but death here. Ascend to the floor full of feral neats. Strangely quiet. Crouch down and stealth-like in my video. Find a piss bottle laying around, keep it so I can turn it into a grenade. Accidentally step on a really old cum rag. It crunches like a potato chip. Deafening rees nearly blow out my eardrums. A door slams open and a feral neat that resembles Jabba the Hutt starts slinging feces at me. Swing my katana at him. It bounces off his blubber. How the fuck? He picks me up and throws me at a window. It cracks, leaking God knows what onto my clothes. The feral neats are crowding around me now. No. Not like this. There was once another Anon who tried to make the journey. He was found floating around in the fluids outside with his cock stuffed in his mouth and his anus gaping. Wait. Somebody dropped their tendies here. Grab them, twist open the piss bottle with my mouth and threaten to pour the piss on the tendies. They stop in their tracks. Phew. Back away. They stare at me menacingly. Make it to the next floor. Drop the tendies and piss bottle. Run. The floors after that are quiet. Everyone is either dead, or evacuated. The silence is occasionally broken by the scream of someone who has met a horrible fate on one of the upper floors. The food and beverages are nearly looted clean by the feral neats. Remove my soiled clothes and turn a sheet I found in an empty apartment into a poncho. I think I'm going to make it, but I recall a rumor I heard about a floor not far from here that has been taken over by trannies who kidnap people and forcefully feminize them. Nothing eventful happens for a while. Just silence, complete ghost towns. There was only one thing of note that happened in these dead floors. While scavenging through apartments for any food that has been left behind, my leg nearly got taken off by a bear trap that was left by somebody's Waifu shrine. The journey through these floors took me several days. Don't know or care about what floor I'm even on. But the sea of decay is still blocking the windows. So I'm still on one of the lower floors. One day the silence is broken by chatter. My food supplies are getting pretty low by now, and I've grabbed everything worth taking on my way here. Only way is forward. Ascend to the next floor, keeping my katana hidden, but with a hand on it ready to draw. Upon reaching the next floor I see guns pointed at my face. I raise my arms and surrender. Honestly, considering what horrors lie below me, I'm surprised they didn't just shoot me right there. Wait a minute. Women? They're slightly man-faced but they look feminine. After a brief interrogation they decided I was worth keeping alive. Sane people are too precious on the floors beneath the sea of decay to just execute like that apparently. Offered a room to stay in. They were surprisingly hospitable. I walk in on the designated chef of the place cooking a meal. She was mixing crushed up powder into it. After seeing me, she pulled out a pistol and held me at gunpoint. She whipped out her cock and started jerking it right there. Fuck that gay shit. Call upon my knowledge of Iaijutsu from watching anime and cut the tranny down right there. Grab the pistol. Trannies start running into the kitchen after hearing the commotion. Pop pop pop. Gun them down while humming pumped up kicks. Loot some ammo from their bodies. Grab some food that is still packaged, so I know they haven't mixed weird shit in it. Hear some voices coming from one of their computers. A Discord chat group. The rest of them know. Start ascending higher. Things are getting a bit more eventful. I now have to keep an eye out for tranny ambushes, for they are now out for my blood. Have to occasionally fend off some strange animals. I don't know what the fuck they are or where they even came from. On the bright side I find some pockets of civilization. They are wary and untrusting of outsiders at best, gangs of hallway bandits at worst. Jinshai is pretty much the new currency of these floors. I trade some for food and ammo for my pistol. After shopping in one of these stores I hear some gunshots sounding out in the hallway. Peeking outside, I see a gunfight between two opposing gangs of hallway bandits, using the lynched corpses of some Normalfigs who unwittingly wandered into the tower as cover. They were all wearing t-shirts, each gang having a different graphic of an e-whore on them. Orbiter Wars. I ask the shopkeep if this happens regularly. He answers yes, and that everyone is tired of it. Feeling a little bold from the way I fought through waves of trannies, a good majority of them forgot to load their guns or disable the safety before going after me, but I didn't mention that. He decides to assemble a militia to take care of these orbiters. Offered me some primogens to participate. Big titty anime girls, the good shit. Alright. Skip to the day of reckoning. We're armed with whatever we can grab, knives, piss bottle grenades, some even have actual guns. We break into the lair of one of the orbiter factions. Silence. They're all dead from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. A quick search through their computers reveals that they found out that their whore fucked a black guy. Take the hentai payment and leave. The climb continues. I'm hungry. My feet hurt. I just want to play video games. Everyone is a crazy asshole here. Hear a shot ring out. A bullet pierces my shoulder, knocking me onto the ground. Trannies surround me, wearing a uniform that consists of Kevlar, a short skirt, striped stockings, and a face mask to hide their masculine jawlines.
We got him.
They whip their hairy cocks out. No 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 no. AIDS guarantees your death on these floors. I hear a mass of footsteps down the hall. I hear shouting in German, with gunshots acting as the exclamation mark. One of the trannies drops right next to me. They shoot back for a bit, but they quickly start to retreat. The trannies get surrounded. I get a good look at my saviors in this situation. They're wearing all black with cheap-looking Nazi armbands. Polacks. They corral the trannies into an apartment and burn them to death with flamethrowers. One of them helps me off the ground. Mention to them that I took down plenty of trannies myself and they warm up to me quickly. They start a quick fire to purge the darkness in the place. It was in the afternoon, but the sea of decay outside completely blocked the sun, and there was no power on this floor. After sharing some food with each other, they offered to let me join them in purging the degenerates of the tower. I politely decline. My mission is to get out of these floors and find the legendary GF that is rumored to exist in the outside world. They clap for my willingness to continue the white race and send me on my way. Little do they know I'm really gunning for the sentient sex spots. I think I'm getting close. The horror outside of the windows is getting lighter from the sunlight. Things are getting more civilized. While things are not entirely peachy, it's certainly much better than the no man's land I came from. The settlements now have armed patrols that look out for any ferals or mutants that come from the depths. All I have to worry about in these civilized areas are the occasional robberies. It might be entirely possible to settle down in one of the vacant apartments and live comfortably. But I haven't traveled this far to just stop now. Eventually find the largest settlement I have ever seen. A settlement of cyborgs that span multiple floors. They seem to have taken their titles as cyborgs literally, considering their cybernetic limbs. They're unwilling to descend into the depravity to the lower floors, but they can't seem to climb any higher. Inquire as to why they can't climb any higher. They tell me about the beast. Nobody has ever seen what it really looks like, so the descriptions of the beast vary drastically from person to person. It is agreed that the beast is some kind of creature that crawled out of the fluids outside, through a hole in the wall created by a grenade that was thrown in a skirmish between robots and a group of normal faggots. The beast is the unofficial border between the upper and lower floors. If I am to continue my quest for GF, I must conquer the beast. It's time to go shopping. Attempt to buy a trench coat and a pair of combat boots. They don't accept jinshai here. Apparently the currency of the floors from here on is GBP. Exchange jins for GBP. Buy trench coat and combat boots with GBP. Annoying, but it marks how close I am to reaching my goal. I climb onwards, with thoughts of big titty android GF spurring me onwards. When I left the cyborg settlement, mutant attacks became more frequent. Clashes between mutants and armed patrols are a common sight now. Weeks of mag dumping mutants made me run out of ammo. The blade is my last line of defense now. Eventually I come to a floor that has warnings written around the staircase to the next floor. Turn back. The beast lies here. GF, or death. I enter the next floor. The air has never been pleasant here, but the air here is foul. The liquid I'm stepping in clearly came from the outside. Half of the place has completely caved in, blocking the source of it. It's dark here, but I hear a sound. A giant frog is leaking feces and urine onto the ground. It's slurping a dead body into its anus. God is weeping now. It turns to me, spraying acidic piss on the wall. Poop poop pee pee. Poop poop pee pee. Nope. Lossless flack. Try to make a run for the stairs. It belly flops on the ground and slides towards me. Slice at its face. It bounces off the blubber. Fuck 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 fuck. Its tongue grabs onto me and starts to pull me in. Light a piss bottle bomb and stick it in its mouth. It detonates and the beast starts vomiting out piss and teeth. Stab it in the balls. GTFO. It screams and starts stomping on the ground. The floor collapses from its weight, dropping the beast down to the lower floors. RIP Cyborg Settlement. On the next floor the sun is visible. The sea of piss, shit, and corpses only reaches up to half of a window here. I fucking made it. Now staying in an apartment in one of the comfy upper floors. So how do we get out of this tower? I really want to bury my face in an android girl's tits.